Hey guys, just a quick thought this morning just about exercise progression and just exercise selection and just thinking about, what is my goal and then what are the best exercises and movements to help me achieve this goal. And kind of getting away from thinking I have to do X to accomplish Y thought process, or that I have to squat with 2 feet, or I have to deadlift off the floor. We have to get out of the mindset of pairing exercises to people and pair people to the appropriate exercise for them, their orthopedic considerations, and most importantly, their training goals. Okay, so one example of that is thinking that a deadlift, which is really just an exercise, but the pattern we're trying to train is the hip hinge, has to be done from the floor. Well, I'll tell you this, the only real population that has to do a deadlift from the floor is a power lifter. We could maybe even say, an Olympic style deadlift, or, the first pull in a power clean or a snatch. They have to also lift the barbell from the floor. Okay. So what we need to understand is that plate size is consistent, but people's body proportions are varied and very inconsistent. So that kind of stands to reason that if I'm not an Olympic lifter or a power lifter, my body proportions may not lend me to pull off the floor, and that may not be necessary or prudent for me to accomplish my primary training goal. So, that's just one example of an exercise, but it could be something the same along the lines of a squat, right? The squat pattern isn't necessarily only done on 2 feet, right? We can also, be doing a single leg squat or a single leg supported squat. For example, we're kind of with this Mike Boyle thought process, joint by joint approach, and we really like single leg supported squatting, or a rear foot elevated split squat. We like the bilateral deficit principle. We like, this 2-for-1 kind of deal where we're getting 100% of the loading on a single leg that's working, and half the spinal load and the hip and knee and the ankle and the foot interaction and all these other stability and proprioceptive mechanisms we get out of a split squat with less systemic stress. And, when we're thinking about exercise selection, again, it's what is going to allow me to best, most efficiently, and safely achieve my goals. Selecting the appropriate movements and means for that is always going to be at the forefront of how we program and coach. Okay, so just want to try to get away from thinking, if I'm in the gym, I have to do this exercise to accomplish this goal. What we have to do is find the best exercises for you to accomplish your goal.